Now, in the bottom part of page 3, it tells you to put in the extra zeros as placeholders, then add. So I'm going to go through. Go ahead and grab your highlighter or your colored pencil. I have a tenths number and a hundredths number. These both need to be hundredths numbers. I have a hundredths number and a tenths number. They both need to be a hundredths number. I have a tenths number and a hundredths number. They both need to be a hundredths number. That's all we're doing. You have to go, because before you can add, compare, subtract, each place value unit must match. You're not changing the number. 20 hundredths is equivalent to 2 tenths. It is worth the exact same amount. 50 hundredths is worth the exact same amount as 5 tenths. 1 tenth has the exact same value as 10 hundredths. And so even though we're writing in these zeros as these placeholders, even though we're changing the decimal place values, we're not changing the worth of that whole number. And so that's why it's okay. So once you do this, you'll actually go. And add them. So you won't leave it like that. I don't need to regroup except for here. So that will be 12 and 34 hundredths. Here I have a tenths number, and I'm trying to add it to a thousandths number. I'm going to need to change the place value there. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Now I have a thousandths number plus a thousandths number. I don't need to regroup, and so that's going to be 3 and decimal point, loud and proud, happy to exist as a decimal point, 465 thousandths. The same thing would occur here. Here I have a 10 thousandths number, and I'm trying to add on to what's just a hundredths number, so I'm going to change this until it is also a 10 thousandths number. I'm going to count my digits, 1, 2, 3, 4 digits after the decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4 digits after the decimal point. I will need to regroup, and so I'll start from the right. 4, 9, 11, 2, decimal point, loud and proud, happy to exist as a decimal point, and 10. At the bottom of the page, it tells me putting extra zeros at the right. That means on this side. Putting extra zeros at the right of a decimal number after the decimal point doesn't change the value of the number. And I'm going to make it a note. I'm going to make a note because they are equivalent. EQUI, equivalent, ALENT, equivalent decimal fractions. It doesn't change the value because those putting extra zeros at the right of a decimal number, putting those extra zeros after the decimal point doesn't change the value of the number because of equivalent decimal fractions. Make sure you do the rest of these problems on your own and quality check your work.